everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and NFL on EA Sports. In today's matchup, we should have a fun one on our hands. It's the Jaguars coming in at 8-3, going up against the Giants, who come in at 6-5. With that, let's welcome in our fine broadcast team. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State and Everbank Field here in Jacksonville. Tonight, we kick off Week 13 with a great Thursday night matchup between the New York Giants and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The lone setback is Langford. Now a play fake here on first down. Forced out to his left. Room here to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. They keep it on the ground with Langford. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. On second down, Langford. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and it may be a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
That's fielded at the 8-yard line. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. They'll come out in the pistol. A first down throw for Winston. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Offense comes to the line now, first and 10.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. And now the starting lineup for the offense. And Julius Thomas highlighted, my friend.
Brandon, he's one of the latest in a long line of basketball players turned football players who have had great success. And he uses those basketball skills to get open in his pass routes.
Ready? Blue lady. Easy, easy, easy. White, 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 white. Flip it, flip it, flip it.
They'll run it again with Yeldon. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. And we look now at the defense for the Giants.
Olivier Vernon is a defensive end that combines terrific run-stopping ability with a quick first step to the passer.
Flip, flip, flip. Ready. Blue ready. Go.
Winston on 3rd and 2. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over,
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover, and wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. And this Jacksonville Jaguar defense, Charles, they have a lot riding on the youngster Jalen Ramsey.
As you well know, he was my #1 player coming out of the 2016 draft. I loved his versatility. The big question mark, is he enough of a ball hawk? Didn't have very many interceptions in college, but boy, he does everything else that you want. Runs, hits, wraps up on his tackles. He's going to start on the corner for the Jaguars.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. That one goes for 24 yards.
But that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Back to throw now on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Hayes Pollard coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. So the D-line's going to spread out. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. It's a big play for the Giants on 3rd down. 49 yards. A first carry now for Paul Perkins. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
In the red zone this time. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Miller on the catch over the middle. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough Just bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
First down and goal, the offense knocking on the door. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Jeremy Langford hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead. It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. Fresh set of downs here. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They come up in an offset eye. A first down carry now for Yeldon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. So it'll be first down here after the run. Winston now to throw on first down. And that one falls incomplete. Try to dump it underneath. Now second down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
Jameis to throw it. And he's going to be sacked back on his side of the field at the 44. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
Oh, I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football, save some yardage to make it less to gain for the next down. Instead, he was so hipped on ball security, he held on to it and took a big sack.
And the Giants will go with 6 defensive backs here on third. Third and long for Winston. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And the defense coming through on third down, a loss of 7 to bring up fourth.
Well, certainly some teams are not intimidated by down and distance on defense, are they? Third and very long? Let's go get this guy again. Big-time pressure.
Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a fourth down situation. Here's Brad Nordman now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And the kick angles this one for the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. And New York set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
And when you're trying to set up a counter play, it's what a lot of people call an influence play. You're really hoping those defensive linemen are really agile that day. If they stayed out late the night before the game and they're not moving as fast, it's a lousy call because that means they're just going to sit in the hole that you hope to create just by the movement of your offensive line.
And there they got the ball to the outer third of the field, but tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, things get stacked up in there. If they don't...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Malik Jackson, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on third down. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And the defense will try and pin their ears back and get pressure again here after the sack. It's third down.
Let's go. All right, now look at this.
Halfback sent in motion.
Gone. Watch it now, Barney. Leopard. Back that it up. Philly, here we go. No. Check. Patriot.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Third down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
Fielded at the 20. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll give the Jags a first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jonathan Hankins in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. They go play action. Winston to the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Two yards to go here on third down. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Yeldon, the lone running back. Now they'll run it on the toss. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, partner, you might want to tear up your scouting reports a little bit here because they just put a tendency. Third down, you don't ordinarily see a toss. They ran it really well and picked up a first down. I love the way the edges were sealed, which allowed him to get to the corner.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. Again, we'll see the pistol here. To throw, Winston. He's got a man. It's Corey Coleman. 12 yards there as they move the chains. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
A first down throw for Winston. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Another pistol look here. On second down, here's Yeldon trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Partner, we're into the second quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you've got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. On 3rd down, Winston. This is Yeldon on the dump off. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And this is no good. Close, but he misses just left to the upright. And this score will stay right where it is. Boy, you sure don't see that too often.
I guess you can't really call anything a gimme, but you figure with his track record, that's a sure thing. But it turns out it's not the case.
The lone setback is Langford. And the wideout in motion. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And got his man complete. First down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. And I think they have to be happy with the result.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. This is Langford on 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed. And that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
Langford again. And he's got room. That one goes for 24 yards.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And now they're in the hurry-up. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
So incomplete on 2nd down. Now they'll look to convert here on 3rd. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he comes back with one complete. Needed 13, and with a good spot, they got 13 and a 1st down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And now the offense operates in the red zone.
Back there in that Philly. Here we go. Detroit Leopard. Let's go.
Here's Perkins on first down. And he'll take this one down near the 15. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you...
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. No. Check, Patriot.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence. And that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up.
Back there in that Philly. Here we go. Here we go. Watch it now, Barney.
Back to throw here. And he's got his man. Beckham. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham as the first half is winding down. And the Giants add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Wait. Ready, blue, right. 150.
Coleman, the man in motion right. Jameis now on first down. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And with the big gain, they'll go ahead and decline the penalty. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Ready, blue, ready.
On 1st and 10, Winston. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Wait. Let's go now. Blue, ready.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And Myers able to knock it through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So they're still down, but they are able to salvage 3 here heading into the lockers.
This is what you work on from the beginning of training camp. Heading into the half, put some points on the board. No matter what the score says at that point, you've accomplished what you set out to do.
So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top. As we send you a couple hours south to Orlando, let's check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports Halftime Report. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Flip it, flip it, flip it. Ready, blue lady. Ready, blue lady.
Yeldon, the lone running back.
Let's go.
Winston. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass.
Ready, blue lady. Easy. Sonic. White.
Winston from the gun on third down. And he finds Julius Thomas. A gain of 13 and also a first down.
That throw has to be a quarterback's dream, doesn't it? Big tight end, curling in the middle of the field, so it's great sight lines for him. And when they show their numbers back to the quarterback, when they sit down right there, that should be pitch and catch.
Ready.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Really tough drive, but that run helped salvage something there because now there's something positive that came out of it. They got to see good blocking, good push by the offensive line, wide receivers trying to get involved, a good run by the back. And now maybe it'll be a catalyst for them to look at going forward, watching it on tape. Maybe they can keep incorporating that type of a run into their offense.
White. Flip, ready, blue lady.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him. That's just flat out a terrific play because it's rare that you see a hitch route batted down. That means someone read that one really well and was right on the spot when the ball got to the receiver.
Ready,
Off the play fake, Winston. Looking and finding Allen Hurns. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
And he's brought down. Give him 18 on that one. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. They go play action here on first down. That is caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They come out here in the eye. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Jameis Winston with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Jaguars are back within a score. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, in a tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the second half rolls along? And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They'll try and start this drive in the air. To Shepard, complete over the middle. A gain of 6 there on first.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And they're going to speed things up here. They'll set up a throw, escaping the pressure right. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
I know we're doing this game live, but let's step into the film room for just a second, because when they review this play, oh, the negatives are going to be incredible on this one. Rolling out to his right. Yeah, his right hand, that's a natural spot for him, but he throws back across his body back into traffic.
Big no-no.
Oh, that's a monster no-no. The only good thing that happened, it fell incomplete. Very fortunate.
Out of the gun now on third down. Dumps it into the flat to Langford. A gain of 11 and a first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. And quickly, they get to the line. Back to throw now on first down. They go screen play to Langford. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
First down, he'll drop to throw. A dump off to the flat for Perkins. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make this a second down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. They'll come out in the pistol. Again, we'll see the pistol here.
No, check, Patriot. Patriot. No, check, Patriot. Patriot. No, check, Patriot. Patriot. Detroit. Gun.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And they'll send the slot in motion left. They run with Langford. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got his man. Beckham. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. And they're able to up the lead by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Yeldon, the lone running back.
Ready.
Throwing again. Winston on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Ready. Blue lady.
And he goes in motion here in the backfield.
Sonic. Easy.
On 3rd down, Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Here's Brad Nortman now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Fielded just inside the 20. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, How do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Over the middle to Beckham. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. Second and 5.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. No. Check. Patriot.
Little motion now from the tight end.
No. Check. Patriot.
Back to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, look, credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot, but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
So third and medium here, 3rd and 5.
Detroit! Back to Philly. Here we go. All right, here we go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be... So here, the men in charge are going to be looking at whether or not the receiver had possession of the ball as he went out of bounds.
And they have to make sure that the receiver got both feet down in bounds as well.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Langford. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 13 yards there on the pickup. And the Giants are going to get a first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
Back now in Jacksonville. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. And the back goes into motion.
Back to Philly. Here we go.
They'll look to throw here on. And this is caught at the 8. 20 yards on the pickup there. And the Giants will be set up with a 1st and goal. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
And now a first down following that long gain.
Here we go.
Now back to throw. And he's got his man, Beckham. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham with his 3rd touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year. And the Giants add on to their lead. extra point forthcoming. And that one makes this a 19-point game. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The play clock's running down. And they will not even get to the line here as we'll get a delay. They'll need to get the play off quickly. And big problems getting the play out, obviously. This will be a delay. Play clock winding down.